What's up, everyone? I just want to talk here briefly today, okay, about a comment that we recently received from a YouTube subscriber named Mohan. He asked us, how do I get rid of my fear of falling? And I'm here to say, Mohan, thank you so much for leaving the comment, and we're going to create a video today, okay, that takes you through a series of exercises that's going to target the muscles that are going to allow you to improve your balance and mobility. So you can not only reduce the risk of falling, but you can also hopefully put that fear of falling behind you so you can live the life that you love. But with that being said, we also want to encourage you to use a walker or an assisted device. Do not beat yourself up. Utilize them while you're recovering, you're getting stronger, and you're building that confidence, okay? We can't encourage you enough to do that. Now, in regards to the exercise class today, all you're going to need to join me is simply a chair, a progress journal that you can download in the description box below so that you can be measured and you can make sure you're getting the best results possible. Some of these exercises are going to be on the floor, okay, so just know that. And if you have trouble getting up and down off of the floor, use a bed or a couch instead, all right? Now, I'm going to go ahead and shut up after this, but hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Turn on the notifications so you can get notified when the latest video drops, and leave us a like button after the video if you enjoyed it so we can continue to make this awesome content for you. Ready to do this? Let's go. Thank you for taking the time to join me for this exercise session that's going to help increase your confidence around your mobility, right? There is a real serious fear of falling amongst the community, and we want to make sure that you have actions to execute that are going to allow your body to be as strong as possible so that you can live the life that you love. You ready to do this? Let's get after it. We're going to execute a leg extension to start things off. So quadricep focus, we're going in a metabolic or an isometric set. Again, if you don't have a resistance band, that's perfectly fine. Know that you should be challenging yourself. This is exercise, not just movement. So when you are able to complete these exercise sets, you need to increase the difficulty. You ready to do this? Let's get after it. Going to follow me to the starting position. We're going to extend the legs into the air, and clock is on. Flexing thighs. Now, we're isolating quadriceps, looking for momentary muscle failure. So when you get to the point where you can no longer keep the same extension that you were able to keep at the beginning, that's the successful end. You notate the time, and then you continue to jump in with your very best effort. Now, you do not have to look like I look right now, okay? It doesn't matter what your current ability or output is. Just give your very best effort. If you need to slide an ottoman or a chair underneath your legs, or even take a seat on the floor and just focus on flexing those thighs and giving your best effort to lift, then that's what you should be doing. The most important thing is that you're challenging these muscles and letting them know very clearly that we want them to adapt, become stronger, because that's what's going to increase your mobility. It's going to add some stability into those knees. Now, we're getting ready to go past that 60-second mark and into what we call the exhaust range. That's the final 30 seconds. Think about squeezing those thighs. If you've already reached muscle failure momentarily where you had to unload, disengage, success, right? Notate the time and just jump back in and keep giving your best effort. Now, we have no more than about 20 seconds here to reach muscle failure. So right now, I want you to really focus on squeezing those thighs, elevating, and giving your best effort because you want those results. Increased mobility, decrease in fear, and more control over your body. No more than 6 seconds. 5, shake is natural for 3, 2, and 1. Completed. Disengage. Now, I completed the exercise set, meaning I need to increase the difficulty. That's why I have the progress journal. That's why you should have the progress journal as well. You can download one. We provide a link in the description box for you to print one off if you'd like to. If you completed the set, you need to write 130, write plus, and know that you need to increase the difficulty next time. Now, increasing your mobility is not just centered around your lower body. We're going to jump in now to an upper body exercise, what is sometimes called the squat of the upper body. It's called an armchair pushup. If you have arms in your chair, excellent. If you don't, you can place your hands down onto the seat here. The most important thing is that you're actively engaging your arms, your shoulders, and your chest. Ready to do it? Let's jump into it. All right, we're going to execute that armchair pushup. Now, I want you to follow me to the starting position. Pressure should be through the heels of the hands. Clock is on. Slight bend in those elbows. Now we're executing what we call an isometric or a metabolic technique set, meaning we're statically holding here. Now I'm actively engaging. Okay, we're not just sitting in this position and not not giving great effort. In this position, I'm thinking about squeezing my hands towards my body, dropping shoulders, pelvis, sternum tucked, and I'm breathing freely. Shake is natural. Now, muscle failure is the goal. And that's going to be the point where you can no longer hold yourself up. We want continuous and uninterrupted loading of the targeted muscle, which is the back of the arms, the triceps, the shoulders, the deltoids, and the chest, a little bit of abdominals as well, until you can no longer continue in this position. That's going to ensure that the intensity is high enough, that the communication is clear enough to the targeted muscles to give you the best results in the recovery process. We're getting ready to go past that 60-second mark and into the exhaust range. If you've already reached muscle failure and you had to disengage and relax the muscles, congratulate yourself. That's success. Make sure you notate at the time and then jump back in and just keep giving your best effort for the remainder of the exercise. We're in the final 30 seconds. Now, this is where you should reach muscle failure if the difficulty is appropriate enough to prompt the best results. We want it to be anaerobic and aerobic in nature, aerobic as well in an accumulative manner, right? That's where we're cutting rest times down and getting after it. We have less than about 8 seconds to take what you can. Shake is natural. Woo, I know I'm getting close. Breathe in freely, no more than 2 seconds. 1 second, and completed. Now, I completed the exercise set. I did not successfully reach muscle failure, so it means I need to increase the difficulty next time. And I'm going to notate that. I'm going to write 130. I'm going to write plus, and know that I, next time, need to incorporate more difficulty, whether it's adding a band, whether it's getting more flexion out of my elbows. My body's ready for more challenge, which is going to lead to better results. All right, let's go ahead and now head to the floor. We're going to now focus back on the lower body and specifically the hamstrings to help with that posterior side. If you have an issue getting down on the floor, feel free to get onto a bed, onto a couch. Try to limit the amount of distance that you have to go up and down. Make this doable for you. All right, we're going to execute that leg curl. Okay, we're going to go an isometric technique set. So I want you all to follow me down. We're going to lie flat on your stomach. Okay. And what we're going to do here is we're going to use both legs, okay, and go bilateral at one time here, okay? So if you need to, you can have a towel, you can use your hands. You want something to assist your legs into the starting position, which is at a 90-degree angle. So bring the legs up. Clock is on. Now in this position, I want you to start to lower your tib fib, your lower leg, and your feet, okay? And I want you to lower down about halfway, ideally, okay? Now, you are going to lower down only as far as you can without losing it, okay? So you just want to feel those hamstrings engaged, pelvis stays tucked. If you cannot lower your legs at all, that's perfectly fine, okay? Stay at that 90-degree angle here, right? We're just looking to add a little bit of tension, resistance, loading into your hamstrings. That's the back of your thighs, okay? If you need to use a yoga strap or towel the entire time to help assist and keep those legs in the position where the hamstrings can actively engage, please feel free to do so. If you are not feeling those hamstrings engage and you are able to, extend those legs down a little bit further, okay? Because at the end of the day, we want to make sure that you are actively engaging those hamstrings during this isometric exercise here. This is going to really help not only the stability of your knees, but this is actually the bottom portion of what's called the posterior chain. So hamstrings, glutes erectors makes up the posterior chain. And that's really good for low back lumbar stability. And it's going to increase the strength of your lower body, which will decrease that fear and increase that mobility, right? So you can feel more confident getting around on your daily activities. Less than 5 seconds here, just to take what the body allows you to have. 2 more seconds, 1 more second, and disengage. I completed this exercise set as well. So I'm going to write a plus on the actual progress journal, and it is super important, 130 plus, for you to be recording your outcome and your results as well, because it's the roadmap. It's what allows you to then know what your body is capable of doing and what resistance challenge you need to add next time in order to continue to see results in your exercise. We're now going to execute a reverse abdominal crunch here, okay? So it's going to be an isometric set. We're going to statically hold, and you're simply looking to give your very best effort here, okay? Now, what we're going to do is very similar to what we call our trunk extension. We're going to go legs straight out, arms across chest, and you're going to literally just sit back, engage abdominals, lock in place. when you get to the point during this exercise where you can no longer hold in position, okay, you can either slowly roll down or simply sit back up. If you have issues with mobility and you're worried about falling all the way down, grab a chair, grab a countertop, okay, grab a hold of something in front of you and allow yourself the ability to pull yourself back up with your arms when you reach muscle failure. Ready to do this? Let's strengthen that abdominal line again. All right, here we go. Arms across the chest. If you need to hold on to something, please feel free to do so. We're going to lean back. Clock is on. Now, in this position, you should lean back far enough so that you feel your abdominals actively engage. You're thinking about tucking the pelvis, sternum is tucked, and you're thinking about what's called diaphragmatically breathing. So, big breath in and all the air to the lungs, every single breath out. That's going to allow you to engage your transverse abdominals, and it's also going to allow you to keep blood pressure down and engage the rest of the abdominal cavity at a very high level. And that's what we're doing here. Mobility is not just about your legs and your upper body, but it's also about your torso, your abdominals, or what some people will call your core, right? So we want your entire body strong, and we want to focus on engaging the muscle at a very, very high level during the exercise itself. Now, when you reach muscle failure and you cannot continue with staying actively engaged, right, that continuous and uninterrupted loading, that's success. Notate the time, that's on the timer, and then just jump back in and keep giving your very best effort. We are heading into the exhaust range, which is the final 30 seconds. You may feel this some in your hip flexors. If you do, that's perfectly fine, okay? That at the end of the day, the most important thing is that you're challenging yourself in a very safe and deliberate manner that's measured so that we can increase that mobility and decrease that fear of falling. We have no more than about 14 seconds to reach momentary muscle failure. Whoo, I reached muscle failure at 122. I felt myself wanting to give. I'm gonna jump right back in, okay? 122, breathe in freely, no more than 2 more seconds to soak up what I can, and disengage and relax. Goodness gracious, 122. So success, I did it. I reached momentary muscle failure, okay? 122, and I'm gonna write okay instead of plus this time. And I wrote 122 so that I know next time I'm looking to surpass that 122 mark, and that's going to very deliberately show me that I'm seeing improvement in my overall mobility and output. All right, let's go ahead and wrap things up with one more exercise set here. It's going to be a metabolic or isometric bodyweight squat. So we're going to go one more big compound mover to ensure that we've sent the clearest communication to our body from head to toe to increase our mobility so we can decrease that fear and worry around being functional. Ready to do this? Let's finish things out. All right, we're going to head on up. Now, remember, you can do this either in your chair. You can also do this on a couch. You can do it on a ottoman, you name it, okay? Most important thing is that you focus on giving your very best effort, and you focus on form, and you focus on the time, okay? So you're gonna notate the time above once we reach muscle failure in your journal, and we're gonna go forward. All right, so we're gonna stay through the heels. You're gonna follow me to the starting position. So we're gonna first stand up, okay? You're gonna come down to 90 degrees. So clock is on. Now, if you have to hold a countertop in front of you or another chair in front of you, that's perfectly fine. We're ideally looking for 90 degrees, the angle of the knee, okay, where that thigh is. And the reason being is that's going to allow your entirety of your quadricep to actively engage. So if that means you need to lower your chair down, okay, or you need to bring your chair up, that's okay. You want to adjust the height of that chair so that you're able to get 90 degrees. But we want to make sure you have something underneath you so that when you do successfully reach muscle failure, you can relax into the chair, okay? We're going past that 30-second mark. The reason we want to go to muscle failure is because we want to ensure that the clearest communication has been sent to this muscle tissue. That's going to give you the best results. You're going to feel a deep burn in those thighs. That means they're working hard. You're going to feel your heart rate start to jump up. But remind yourself that the only expectation here is your very best effort. And when you cannot continue with proper form, that's success. Notate the time, right? Relax, and then just jump back in. If you can complete the entirety of the exercise, the 130, staying continuously engaged the entire time and loaded, then it's time to increase the difficulty. That's the wonder of steady pace, and the great thing about MS workouts is that we help you along the way. Stay progressive, stay personalized, and safe. We have no more than 15 seconds. Whoo, I did it. 117 mark, deep burn there. I'm gonna jump back in, but I'm notating that time, so I successfully did it, right? I did not complete the exercise because I challenged my muscle to a point to where it was done. Muscle failure momentarily. And 130 has been reached, and disengage. Whew, heart rate rolling. So I'm gonna write down that 126 mark, and I'm gonna write okay, because I was able, with this sequencing of the exercise session and my body weight, to reach momentary muscle failure. Make sure you're executing this exercise 1 to 3 times a week, and the difference between 1 to 3 times really has to do with how well you're engaging, so the level of your intensity. The higher the intensity, the less often you need to do it, okay? And also your recovery ability. The better you recover, the quicker you recover, the sooner you can reapply the exercise, right? On a daily basis, you need to make sure you're executing active rest to recovery. At msworkouts.com, we have a Restore Movement series that allows you to move 7 days a week. And then once you're ready, add in the strength training to supercharge those results. And last but not least, a part of what we call our steady pace pillars of a healthy lifestyle is protein intake. You need protein intake to develop the results in the recovery process after this exercise, okay? 1 gram per pound of body weight, ideally. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit a like button, okay? Hit the like for us. Heart rate's up right now, it's a good thing. Hit the like button if you liked the video. Leave a comment in the comment box below, just like this video was put together to help reduce fear and increase your mobility from one of your fellow steady pacers, MS Workout followers, okay? We would like to make a video for you. So let us know what you want to focus on so we can ensure that the content that we're creating is allowing you to live the life you want to live. Until next time, give your best effort, be measured, and I'll see you next week. Our YouTube channel is a great place to start gaining strength, but if you want to get serious about reducing your symptoms and getting results, then you need to be on a weekly structured strength training program with other individuals just like you. And that's exactly what we offer at MS Workouts through our membership. Click the link in the video or below the video to learn how our membership can help you achieve your goals. And while you're on the website, make sure you sign up for the no-cost 7-day strength camp so you can experience how we can help you do the things that you love to do with more confidence. See you all next week.